Have you ever watched a volleyball game and seen a player just hang in the air and unleash a spike that's so fast you can barely even track it? Well, today we're going to break that moment down because it looks like just pure explosive power, but believe me, it is so much more than that. We're going to get into the physics, the incredible skill, and the strategy that turns a jump into one of those unforgettable highlights.
Oh my goodness me. That's it. That's the sound. It's that moment that just leaves a commentator completely speechless. That raw, astonished reaction is exactly what we're chasing today. It's the sound of someone seeing a perfect storm of teamwork, athleticism, and perfect execution all come together at once. That's not just a point, that's a statement.
So, what's the secret sauce here? What does it really take to create a moment like this? How do these athletes seem to just defy gravity and then unleash that kind of force? Well, the answer isn't just in that final thunderous hit. Nope, it's a lightning-fast story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it all happens in maybe 3 seconds. And you know that story, it doesn't even start with the hitter. It starts way back on the other side of the court. Before anyone can even think about getting airborne, the groundwork has to be laid with absolute total precision. This is the foundation for flight. Without it, the whole thing just falls apart. It's this incredibly fast chain reaction. First, you've got a high-pressure serve just screaming over the net. Then you need a perfect pass to absorb all that incoming energy. And finally, the set, which has to place the ball in the absolute perfect spot for the attacker. Each step is a masterclass in skill, all done under insane pressure. And listen to what the commentator points out here. Even when you're facing an incredible, tough serve, the pass has to be even better. That one moment, that's what turns a frantic defensive scramble into a golden offensive opportunity. A perfect pass is basically the launch command for the entire attack. So before the explosive jump, before all that power, there's this moment of calm, of perfect control. That perfect pass and that delicate set, they create this tiny island of stability in an otherwise chaotic game. And it's right there, in that split second, that the potential for something truly spectacular is born. Okay, so the stage is set. Now the attacker begins their ascent. And this isn't just, a simple jump. It is a finely tuned biomechanical process. And it's designed for one thing and one thing only, achieving maximum height and power. And look, there is a huge difference between just a raw leap and a technical approach. I mean, anyone can try to just jump high, right? But the elite players, they use this coordinated, almost rhythmic sequence of steps to convert all their forward momentum into vertical lift. It gets them higher, and it puts them in a way better position to attack the ball. You can actually hear it right there in the commentary. It's not a frantic, crazy rush to the net. It's a little hop, little skip. It's almost like a dance. This super controlled footwork lets the player time their jump perfectly so they can meet the ball at the absolute peak of their reach and get their body ready for the explosive movement that's about to happen. So now, the player is at the very top of their jump, just hanging in the air. This is where the raw physical part of the play meets the mental game. It's not just about how high you can get, it's about how smart you can be while you're up there. In that tiny fraction of a second, the hitter is processing a ton of information. They're not just blindly smacking the ball. They're reading the defense, they see exactly where the blockers are setting up, and they make a split-second calculation. In this case, deciding to turn the ball back to Area 1, attacking the open court. And that right there, that's what separates the good from the truly great. Power is a tool for sure, but intelligence is the weapon. Being able to make that kind of strategic choice while you're literally suspended in midair, a foot above everyone else, is just a staggering feat of athleticism and mental processing. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. The foundation was perfect, the ascent was flawless, the decision has been made. It is time to unleash pure, unadulterated force. This is where all that stored up potential energy becomes breathtaking, kinetic energy. 122 kilometers per hour. Just let that sink in for a second. That's the kind of speed we're talking about. This isn't just a hit, it's a projectile. It's the result of a perfect kinetic chain, starting all the way down at the player's toes and ending in a violent, explosive snap of the wrist. Commentators have to get creative to even describe it. Bounce town. It's the perfect way to describe a spike hit with so much force and at such a crazy steep angle that the ball literally bounces off the floor and way up into the stands. It's just a mark of total domination on a single play. So why can they hit it that hard?
It's because of what the commentator calls a free swing. And this goes all the way back to the beginning, that perfect pass and that perfect set. They put the hitter in such an ideal position with no blockers in the way that they can swing with 100% of their power and absolutely zero hesitation. The impact is so visceral, so powerful, it feels like it should literally leave a mark. And that quote, yeah, it's maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but it perfectly captures the sheer, jaw-dropping force of that moment. It's a hit that you don't just see, you feel it. So there you have it. That's the recipe. It all starts with the quiet control of a precision pass and a perfect set. That builds into an explosive, technical jump. Then, at the very peak, mid-air intellect takes over to make the smart play. And finally, it all culminates in just unstoppable, breathtaking power. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. When you break it all down, from the delicate control at the very beginning to the absolute brute force at the end, you just have to wonder, is there any other single action in all of sports that combines that level of almost balletic grace with such overwhelming, incredible power? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.